All right. What up, dog? It's King J here, Toronto J. What's poppin'? Single mothers raising young men. First thing, I'm gonna jump right into this. What do women want? What do women want from a man? Well, typically, some women want a provider. They want somebody who can help with the bills. They want somebody who can help out with the muscle work, the yard work, the painting, Mr. Fix It, come to the rescue type of guy. A good, strong lover, and all of that. But if you're a single mother raising a child, how do you, as a single mother, instill that into your son so that he can be that for his woman? Most women are not even thinking about that. They so wrapped up in trying to find what they want, they're not preparing their own child to be a provider and everything that they want within their lives. I am a product of single parent household. I'm raised by my mother. It was me and my brother in one household. And me and him have different fathers. My father, realistically, on the scale of things, ain't shit. If you had a real nigga scale, from 0 to 100, my father would rank about a -1 or a -2. I was raised by my mother and also a village of people, and they also always told me, I'm reading off my notes, to lead by an example. My mother used to always say when she was angry, do as I say, not as I do. But as she was saying that, she was leading by an example. She always did something positive that I was able to follow or able to get some type of knowledge from in order for me to be able to do better. My father, he just wants to talk shit. Oh, do this, do that, you're supposed to do this. He's stuck in like the 60s some damn where. He was raised by my great-grandmother, who was raised in the 20s and 30s. So I have this saying that I believe in. Just because information was passed down to you, that was passed down from them, doesn't mean that the information was correct. Meaning, if your great-grandmother taught your grandmother something, which taught your mother something, who's now trying to teach you, that doesn't necessarily mean that what they was teaching you was correct. That might have applied to that time back then, but as the time changed, the people changed, technology changed, the information has to change. You have to evolve with the world. The world is not evolving with you. So, what do women want? They want a strong man. So, let me see. How do you go about achieving what you want from a man? Now, if you're a single parent and you have a small child in the house, you got a little boy, he's going to be a little man, this is what you got to understand. Boys, at a certain point in their age, they become very attentive to what's going on. They become very defiant in what they want. If you're not embracing that and you're programming him to be something that you want, then the outcome may be tragic. In my situation, my mother always told me to be smart. Go to school, get a good education. That way you can get a good job. That way when you have kids and you have a family, you can be able to do all of these things that need to be done in order for you to become a strong man. My grandmother, on my father's side of the family, used to always tell me, don't be like your daddy. That nigga ain't shit. If you don't believe me, check the books. Joanne Hemphill used to tell me, that's my son, and I love that nigga to death, but do not, I repeat, do not be like him. So, because of all of those examples, because of all those people in front of me, guiding me, I kind of got a grips on things. But because I've never had a positive male role model in my life, then it creates some status. Respect. When you're a woman raising a young boy, you have to teach him how to respect other women. If you're allowing your boyfriend or your new husband or whoever, your new boo thing, if you're allowing him to abuse you verbally, physically, in front of your child, or maybe not even in front of your child, you're just being abused, your body language speaks volumes. So if you're going through abuse from a male, then he's going to think that that's okay. He's going to excuse that. You got to teach your young child, your young male in the house, how to respect women. Teach him the things that were never taught to you, but you know that those are the things that need to be done. Sex. Now this is a huge topic. How does a young woman or a single mother have a sex talk with her son. There's no way she understands what goes on with him, although she done fucked with a couple niggas before. She know what the penis look like, but she don't know what it's like to walk around with it. She don't know the trials and tribulations of a boy becoming a man. So how is she teaching him about sex? That's one of the areas where I've never had anyone. I kind of had to figure it out on my own. Integrity, honor, and respect. Again, respect. That should go a long way. If you're a single mother, you have to allow that young male to be who he's going to be. Remember, it's the DNA. He's going to be exactly who he was mixed up to be. So you can't change that. If you see certain attributes in your child that you don't agree with, you can't change that. You can let him know that you don't agree with it. You can let him know that that's not okay, but you cannot change that. That is something that has to go on within himself. Most mothers say, don't do this, don't do that. This is what you want to do. You want to be able to do something like that. Scratch that shit and throw it out. You got a young male in the house, teach him the basic morals, principles, and what have you. How to cook, how to clean, how to do yard work. If these are the things that you're lacking in, then it's up to you as the mother, as the single mother, to go find that. Go find a man that you want your son to grow up to be like. Don't go find a nigga that you love because his dick big, or because he's riding 26s, or because he got some Cartier glasses with some ice in it. Because when your child grows up, that's what he's looking forward to. He see how you respond. He see how that makes you act. If you seem happy because a nigga got materialistic things, then he's programmed to think that I gotta have materialistic things in order to have a woman. I'm here to let you know that materialistic shit don't go nowhere. Relevance and examples. Lead by an example and show with relevance. If your child is having a hard time in school, being bullied, or not quite understanding something, then don't try to make up an excuse for him. Do whatever you have to do to go find a male perspective that's going to be strong enough that can sit him down and explain that. Because without it, it creates a lot of confusion. Now with me, I was able to graduate from high school on time, 2001, go off to college, Kentucky State University, and I was fortunate to be surrounded by hundreds of strong black men. Of course, there was some losers there. There was some niggas who didn't want to do shit, but I'm talking about some real niggas who wanted to do some real things with their life, and they already had good, strong male perspective because their mama was doing the right thing. What else I got on here? Your children only know what you display to them or what you allow them to see. So if you allow them to see some bullshit, then he's going to think, okay, this is what life is about, some bullshit. I got an example. Let me go check on my cookies. I'm still baking. Alright, I got an example. There's a nigga from Joy Road, young nigga, like 13, 14. He got killed like last year sometime, either last year or earlier this year. This nigga was 14 on 26. Now, I'm over 25, under 30, and I ain't got no motherfucking 26s. Not because I ain't broke, because my priorities are elsewhere. But at 14, what was going on in this young man's life that programmed him to a point where he wanted 26s and was able to financially go out and get it? Now, I don't give a fuck if the rims wasn't brand new. This nigga had a car, and he had it lifted, and he had rims on it. That takes a lot. So that's just going to show you when his mind started developing, when he started paying attention, those type of things were around him. Could you imagine if it was a Mac computer? If it was an iPad? You know, if it was an encyclopedia? If it was a book of any sort, the nigga probably would have been, you know, the next president. But because he was surrounded by doughboys, you know, he in the hood, all that, we slapping, we clowning, we got the homes, we getting fucked up, and naturally he's directing his energy too. If someone could have gotten his life earlier in the game when he was 7 or 8 years old and said, look, man, you can do anything you want to do, he probably could have been off, he probably would have still been living. But I say all that to say is, young men develop energy at different ages, you as a single parent have to pay attention to that energy. Pay attention to what's really going on with your kid and embrace what's really going on with him so he can be all that he can be. Remember, you're only supposed to race yourself. You're not racing nobody else. So fuck all the competition. You trying to do better than the next nigga or the next person. You want to outshine him. You want to shit on this nigga. Fuck all of that. Get my cookies out the oven. Fuck all of that. You feel me? Why? That shit ain't important. What's important is, can he read a book? Can he comprehend the shit that he's reading? Do he understand what's really going on in this world? Do he understand politics? That dope he's selling, do he know that shit is political? Do he really know? Do he really care? Should he care? And these cookies fucked up again. Y'all have to excuse me. I'm on some other shit. I'm trying to stay sober, so I'm just doing something to kill my energy. You feel me? Cookie's terrible. Check this out. Terrible. Anyway, all that shit come down to what the parent shows the child. So parents, single mothers, remember, you are the cause and effect of your child's future. You are the cause and effect of his outcome. Anything that he do is because of what you place in front of him. So if you're allowing your child to go outside and run with the D-boys, then guess what? In a couple weeks, that nigga will be slapping. If you allow your child to go to after-school programs and read books, then 9 times out of 10, he's going to be smarter than his neighbor. Because his neighbor is out there on the corner at the murder mat selling dime sacks. You feel me? That's it for right now. I'm going to do part 2 later on. I got a whole other chapter on this. I'm going to go more into detail, but this was just an overview. If you have any questions, or if you don't agree with something that I said, leave me a comment. You can email me at bowenitty@gmail. That's BOWENITTI@gmail.com. Or you can tweet me on Twitter. I am King J. You can get at me on Instagram. Send me a textgram or some shit like that at The Real King J. Of course, right here on YouTube, Tremone J, one of the realest niggas you probably gonna ever meet. I'm gonna give it to you straight, no chasing. And this is me signing out. 100 for sure.